Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I vlogged or videoed or post anything on my YouTube channel. I'm sorry. I was actually waiting on my computer to get here, but it is not here as yet, so I decided I'm just gonna do a video before it gets here anyways, because if I'm waiting, probably next 2 months. Don't know. I'm supposed to get it by next month though, guys. But if you're new, thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, don't forget to like, share, and don't forget to comment. Now, if you're returning, thank you for returning. Love y'all. So today's video is gonna be about, I'm gonna read a section from Dear Pastor. Now, if you don't know what Dear Pastor is, it's basically a vlog. I don't know if it's just a Jamaican vlog or it's international, but most times things about Jamaica, I think. It's basically a person giving confessions and like a pastor giving them telling them how to deal with the problem. So we're gonna read one. It's a lot of weird, it's not weird stories, it's a lot of, you understand. So let's get into the video. I'm only gonna read one today, so yeah. So let's go. So the one that we'll be reading today was uploaded on March 31st of 2020, and it says, should I tell my wife I slept with her cousin? Now, this is the type of confession we normally get on this program. Sleeping. It's not like relationship problems, sex problems. That was our problem. They used to be very entertaining to read when they usually come in the Star, but now they're kind of just getting boring in a way. But I still kind of enjoy them. So let's get into it. Dear Pastor, I am 25 years old and I'm a practicing Christian. I used to attend a church where my parents raised me. Later, I fell in love with a woman. I knew from the time she was a child. We are from a small community. When I became interested in this woman, I started to visit her church, and I liked it. After I proposed to her, we got married at my church. But I continued to visit her church and eventually decided to transfer my membership. We now have a son together. The church had a service of confession, and the visiting preacher said that if any woman was carrying a secret, she should confess it to her husband. And if any man is carrying a secret, he should confess it to his wife. I was sitting next to my wife, and she would squeeze my finger and ask me if I had anything to confess to her, but I didn't answer. When we got home from church, she asked me again, and I asked her, do you have anything to confess to me? She said she told me everything before we got married. It's getting juicy now. The problem is, when I was 15, she had a cousin who was 14. We were playing around, and this girl was always teasing me and feeling me up. She was rude. Pause. So if y'all don't know what feel up mean, it means like, how should I put it? Foreplay. Yes, that's what it means. That's what feel up means. Let's go. One day she asked me if I had ever had sex, and I told her no. And she pulled me behind the house. Nobody was home at the time. She pulled down her underwear and told me to come. What? What? Okay. I had sex with her that day. I couldn't even think that I could have got her pregnant. It was not the first time she was having sex. I promised myself that I wouldn't do it again. That was the end of it. We remained very good friends and always chat. She is now married. My wife asked me if I had anything to tell her. That came in mind, but I never said it to her or to anyone for that matter. Sorry. I didn't remember the scripture that the visiting preacher used, but I didn't want to tell my wife because it was a long time ago. And since we were married, we had a good relationship. I am sure if I tell her, she would curse her cousin and call her worthless and cheap. The girl and her husband are also attending the church, so I don't think I should say anything. but I'm seeking your guidance and hope to hear from you soon. PK. Now, normally in this confession, the preacher would normally give his response. Now, I'm gonna read the preacher's response and I'm gonna tell you what I think. Okay, guys? This is the preacher. Dear PK, don't allow what your visiting preacher said at your church to disturb you. To me, your situation is long in the past. Young people from time to time do crazy things. Your wife cousin was a teenager and she had sex. It was not usual for girls to question guys who are in their age group as to whether or not they were sexually active, especially if they live in a certain community. Girls sometimes playfully touch up boys. They always look at their pants front, and if they see that it's not buff, they tease boys and tell them that they're not carrying anything. Sometimes they embarrass boys, and sometimes it's an invitation for girls to let them know that they would like to have sex with them. You yield to what this young lady did. It's a one-time shot, and it never happened again. Oh, this pastor right a lot, man. You got married to her cousin. Both of you are Christians. Both of you are serving the Lord. This girl and her husband are always attending the same church. Can you imagine what would happen if you were related to your wife? What happened between yourself and the girl when you all were young and your wife would ask her about it? It would cause a big problem in the church and in the family. So I said to you, keep your mouth shut. If your wife should ask you why it is that you are not confessing to her, tell her that she is not God, and all confession should be made to God and God only. And as a matter of fact, you know that it would not help your marriage, so you are not preparing to talk about your past. I hope you will follow my suggestion and keep your mouth shut on that matter, Pastor. So that's a pastor's confession, right? To me, I agree with the pastor, honestly, because okay, if you're gonna tell, like, 15 years ago, you broke something. No, you want to confess to it, doesn't make sense. It's all in the past. Nobody remember that. Everybody forget that. Nobody cares. Okay, I never read this before, guys. I never read it. I thought what was gonna happen in it, because he said he was 27 or something like that in the beginning. I thought he was gonna be like, oh, I'm 27 and I slept with my 14-year-old, my wife's 14-year-old cousin. I thought that was the thing of the story. But he said that he was 13 and she was 14 at the time. That interpretation. That was years ago, decades ago, years ago. God come dead and go back already. It doesn't make sense. Like, literally, like, honestly, if I'm in a woman's shoes and you want to tell me something, then if you want to tell me, just tell me. But my point is that it doesn't make sense. You tell her nothing now. But she didn't even know that far. It's none of her business either. Your wife or nothing. It's none of her business. It's none of her business. Yeah, you do something. Like, persons when they're younger, they do dumb things, as the pastor said. We tend to do dumb things, but not everybody need to know about the dumb things that we did. So you try to confess and be like, oh, I feel bad for sleeping with my wife's cousin. Yeah, I get you feel bad, but you don't need to confess about it. You need to tell her that, oh, I slept with this person, or I did this, or I did. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to say anything, guys. You don't need to say anything. So if what was his name? PK? Initial PK. I know PK not watching this, and this was all the way from March. But if you are, I know you're not. But if you are, it doesn't matter. You don't need to confess to your wife, or you don't need to tell her anything. It's not like you did it while in a marriage. First of all, yeah, I did at that time. Then no, you never met her that time. No, oh wait, no, yeah, kind of did know each other from younger, but it doesn't matter. It's not like you stepped out of a relationship. No, that was years ago. That was before y'all became intimate. That was you're looking at it this way, right? It's like you had past relationship. You're gonna tell your wife about all the past relationship that you had? No, it's the same thing. It's kind of like a past relationship. You don't need to tell your wife about all the past relationship that you had. So you don't need to tell her. It's just gonna ruin the marriage. Just as a pastor, keep it more short. Okay, that's my advice. Keep it more short. Anyways, guys, I will not let this video pass 20 minutes. So If you like the video, don't forget to leave a big fat like down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn your post notification on. Yeah, to get notified when I upload. If you want to see me do one more of this confession and give you my thoughts, or do you have a confession that you want me to read and to give you my thoughts, leave a comment down below or DM me on IG. Or you can just DM me what confession you want me to read and what you want me to give my thoughts on. Until next time, bye! Don't forget to stay safe, people. I want to go back to school. I'm tired of online schooling. I can't wake up. So please, stay safe, wear a mask, don't go too much. We need to get rid of this corona thing, okay? Bye! Love you!